Hi everyone, happy Thursday. Today I'm going to teach you guys how to play 4-chord songs. I don't know if you guys have heard, but there's 4 chords that are used in a whole lot of songs. And actually in a huge number of these songs, the chords actually appear in even the same order. So we're going to be talking about the song Demons by Imagine Dragons, just because that's the one that I've already written out. But it can apply to other songs, and at the end of the video, I'm going to show you how to use it on other songs as well. So let's get started. This is the Demons from the Google Drive. I shared with you guys a folder of piano studio music. I shared it with you guys a couple weeks ago. And anyway, Demons is just one of the ones that's in here. It's a PDF file right there. And so you can get it if you want. There's a few things you should notice about this when you first look at it. One of them is there's only one hand. There's no bass clef written anywhere. It just has the melody notes written out. It does not have any bass clef notes written on there, just melody. That's on purpose. This is how you actually see a lot of songs that people sing. They're called lead sheets or guitar chords. Like if you look up guitar chords, sometimes they'll come up with these. You can actually play piano to some of these songs that are labeled as guitar chords. And I'm going to show you a little bit of how to do that. There's actually a lot to how to do that, but I'll show you how to do it on a 4-chord song anyway. So this Demons has 4 chords in it. And the chords are actually labeled. Oh, first off, when you're playing a song like this, you usually don't actually play the melody. Usually someone else is singing it, or you could sing it. If you got really good, you could sing it while you were playing the other stuff. You usually just sing that. You don't actually play any of these notes at all, usually. Okay? You usually get someone else or yourself to sing it while you are actually focusing on these little letters that are above the notes. Okay, you see those little letters that are above the notes? That's the part that you're going to watch while someone else or yourself is singing the melody. So what does this C here mean? This C above that spot means that at that spot in the music, you're going to play a C chord. So a C chord is C, E, and G. And you could play it, they don't tell you how to play it, so you could play it however you want. You could just hit them all at once, or you can just kind of go back and forth, or you could do it with 2 hands, as long as it's a C, an E, and like you could do this C, this G, and this E. That's perfectly cool too. It kind of doesn't matter how you arrange it. You could do 2 C's. But for this one, they actually usually just kind of go. You just hit them all at once and just one on every beat. But you can decide how you want to do it. As long as it's a C, an E, and a G, it's going to sound fun. It really doesn't matter. So when you see a C, you're going to play C, E, and G. When you see the letter G, you're going to play a G chord. A G chord, you put your pinky on G and go those 3 notes. So it's 1, 3, 5, fingers 1, 3, and 5, but your pinky's on G. Like that. And then when you see A minor, that's what the little M is for, it's for A minor. You're going to play an A minor chord. An A minor chord, pinky on A, C, E. Okay, and then the last chord that's used in this song is an F chord. And the F chord, you put your pinky on F. And then play 1, 3, 5, just like all the other ones. So you're only going to play fingers 1, 3, and 5. So here's, and the letter tells you where your pinky should go. C, G, A, F. Okay? That's all the chords in this song. So you could get somebody singing and just, you switch chords right when the letter appears in the music. So if the letter is right after the word days, then you're going to switch the chord right after the word days. This one happens right after the word cards, so you're going to switch the chord right after the word cards. Does that make sense? So that tells you how to do it. So then you practice your 4 chords and get them up pretty good. And you also notice that it's 4/4. That means there's 4 beats in every measure. And since it changes chords once every measure, you can just plan on playing each chord 4 times. 1 on each beat. So your piano part's going to sound like this. C, just going to repeat that for the whole song. C, G, A, F. Okay, it's really that easy. So that what you do is you go and you get somebody to sing, or you can sing along, and they just start singing. It looks like the words start before the chords do. So when the person's singing, you might want to give them a C, be like, okay, start here. When the days, that's where it's going to start. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. And they start singing. They sing, when the days are cold and the cards all fold and the saints all see are all made of gold. I messed up there, sorry. When, you know how hard it is to play this and hold my phone and sing the words at the same time? Oh man, that's hard. Oh well. When your dreams all fail and the ones we hail the worst of all and the bloods run stale. And you could just go through that way. The entire song follows that pattern in your right hand. So I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to show you what my hand looks like while I'm playing this one. It's going to look like this. When the days are cold and the cards all fold and the saints we see are all made of gold. When your dreams all fail and the ones we hail are the worst of all and the bloods run stale. I wanna hide the truth, I wanna show to you, but with the beast inside, there's nowhere we can hide. No matter what we breed, we still are made of greed. Oh, right here. This is my kingdom come, this is my kingdom come. And you could do that for the whole song. Forgive me for my substandard voice. I'm don't ever claim to be a singer, but you can have a lot of fun with that, and it's just those same 4 chords over and over and over again. You can get the whole song that way. Now, if you really wanted to, and this would take a little practice, you could try and play these notes in your right hand while you're doing the chords in your left hand, and then you don't have to have a singer, and it could stand alone that way. I'm going to show you what that looks like real fast. Oh, I forgot to get my little cup to hold my phone for you guys so you could see. I gotta find it. Hold on, finding my little cup. That's pretty important. I should have got that out before my video. Haha, got it. So, this is how I make the videos for you guys so you can see my hands. Just stick it in a cup right here. And then I put it on my piano. And then I turn it the other way so you can actually see my piano. Oh, there it is. All right, so here's what it looks like if you do both hands, and you don't have to sing this way. So you notice that my hands are kind of getting in each other's way. If that happens, I can either just move this up higher or move this down lower. I'm going to move this one up higher, hear what it sounds like. I think it sounds cooler if you get someone singing. Or you can decide. So now, if that's all you wanted to know is how to do this song, you know how to do this song, so you can stop listening. I'm actually going to continue on this video and talk a little bit about the music theory and how you can apply this to other 4-chord songs. Now, first thing, how do you know what other 4-chord songs there are? Well, you can go to Wikipedia, and they've got a huge list. I actually copy and pasted their list to my own spreadsheet. Wikipedia, just search 4-chord songs and it'll come up with a huge list of songs. And any song that in the chord column says oh my goodness, see, they're a little bit different from each other, right? 1, 5, 6, 4. They have Roman numerals. So these top few are actually a little bit different. You don't want those ones. I sorted them. Oh yeah, that's why I switched these, so I could sort them. I actually sorted them so that the chord progression would be in order. So these few are kind of weird. Look for one that says 1, 5, 6, 4. And you could play that song with that same combination of chords I already taught you. The C, G, A, and F. And, you know, whatever song this is. Prison Bound by Social Distortion from 1988. I actually don't even really know that song, I don't think. But anyway, there's a huge list of songs. Some of these are appropriate. Some of them are really kind of not. It was just from Wikipedia, so I kind of recommend looking for songs that you already know and looking for songs that you already know and then trying to do those ones. And check the chord progression. If it says 1, 5, 6, 4, then you can do it. C, G, A, and F, just like we just did. And that's what most of them are. Now there are some, since I sorted these, they're going to be near the bottom. Some of them start with the 6, 4, and then go to 1, 5. That means the first one that you're going to do the same pattern, but you're going to start on the A. You're going to go A, F, C, G. Instead of C, G, A, F, it's just going to be A, F, C, G. Which is fine. It sounds great. So other things to watch out for. We did a 4-chord song that was in a major key. Some of these are actually in minor keys. Let's see if I can find a minor one in here. Oh, you see there's a D flat minor. If the ones are in minor keys, then you actually have to adjust the chords a little bit. I think I'm going to do a different video about how to do a 4-chord song in a minor key, because those are a little bit different. But as long as this one says major, and then this one says 1, 5, 6, 4, then you should be able to do it using the chords that I just taught you. Now, why do they call it 1, 5, 6, 4? What I just played was just C, G, A, F. Why don't they call it C, G, A, F? Well, the reason why is because the version I played was based on the C scale. And most of the time, you'll actually look at these, a lot of these are actually not based on the C scale. If it's based on the C scale, it would say C major in this chord, in this key column. And most of them are not based on the C scale, but you could still play them that way. So if it's a 1, 5, 6, 4 in any major key, you can still play it the way I taught you to. But it's not going to match up like if you were to play the song on the radio or something. It's not going to sound good with that. It would sound just fine by itself, though, and it would sound just like the song by itself. So I'm going to show you why we use the Roman numerals. The Roman numerals actually come from the scales. So we've been studying scales. A lot of you guys have been doing scales that stretch an octave or 2 octaves. And so it's actually based on scales. So the Roman numerals are scale degrees. It means the first note of the scale, the 5th note of the scale, the 6th note of the scale, and then the 4th note of the scale. So if you're doing a C scale, then the first note of the scale is C. And the 5th note of the scale is G. The 6th note of the scale is A. I did it lowercase because that actually is a minor chord, but it really kind of doesn't matter. And then the 4th note of the scale is F. This is another way to write an A minor chord. Sometimes you see it this way, sometimes you see it this way. It means the same thing. So that's what it's based on. 1, 5, 6, 4, meaning the first note of the scale, the 5th note of the scale, the 6th note of the scale, and the 4th note of the scale. And if you guys are really, really, really good at scales, then you should be able to play just about any song on this list. Let's see, let's look for a good one. Let's see. You'll notice that, let's see, where is it? Oh, here's at the top. Nope, not that one. Where is it? Where's a good song in here? Some of these are kind of dumb. Some of them are really good. You really kind of have to watch. All right, we're going to do an old song. You ready for an old song? Billy Joel, We Didn't Start the Fire. Have you guys ever seen that one? Okay, so there's We Didn't Start the Fire. You see it in blue right there. It's by Billy Joel, 1989, 1, 5, 6, 4. That's in G major. So if you know your G major scale, then you can do the chords 1, 5, 6, 4 in G major, but you have to figure them out. So you get out a pencil and you're like, okay, I'm going to figure it out in G major. So in the key of G, what's the first note of the scale? Well, the first note of the scale is G. So the first chord I'm going to do is G. And what's the 5th note of the scale? 5th note of the scale in the G major scale is a D. So then we're going to do a D chord next. And then what's the 6th note of the scale? 6th note of the scale is Oh my goodness, I'm going to run into my other scribble. Oh well. E. And the fourth note of the scale is C. So if I wanted to do Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire, my chords would be G, D, E, and C. So I'm going to show you what those look like. Oh, and when you do these chords, that tells you what your pinky goes on. And you have to remember that in the key of G, you have one sharp. You have F sharp. And so anytime that one of your fingers lands on an F in one of these chords, you're going to have to sharp it. Okay, so let's see what that looks like. So in G, I discovered my first note of the scale was G. So there's my chord. Okay, and then I have my 5 chord, which was D, and that has an F in it, so I'm going to sharp it. And then my 6 chord was E, and then my 4 chord was C. All right, so if you wanted to play that song by Billy Joel, it would be, we didn't start the fire, it was always burning since the world's been turning. Do, 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 do. I don't know all the words. So you got how that works? But if you didn't want to do it that way, you could actually still play the same song using the chords I said at the very beginning of the video. C, G, A, and F. It would still work. So I want you to have some fun with some 4-chord songs. Go ahead and try a couple of them out. Like, again, look on Wikipedia, 4-chord songs. Look for a song that you already know. Check and make sure it's in major and that it has a 1, 5, 6, 4. And see if you can figure out how to do it with those 4 chords. With the C, G, A, and F. And for you more advanced students, see if you can do it in the key that it was originally written by looking up that key right there and switching the chords over like I showed you there on that paper. Also, it can be fun to just try and make up your own 4-chord song. You want to make up a 4-chord song about being stuck in quarantine for Easter? That might be fun to do. All right, send me your videos and let me know how you guys are doing, and happy practicing.